if you want to be a good golfer, you have to train, you have to practice, you have to prepare for the competition that's coming up. And really that's true of any sport. You have to practice, you have to prepare, you really have to have a coach as well. That also applies not just to sports, but it applies to really anything in life. Nobody wakes up and has just mastered the violin. Or nobody wakes up and just says, today, all of a sudden, I know how to lead my family perfectly. And nobody wakes up the next day and says, well, today I've got my budget completely figured out and I know exactly how to implement it. No, it takes preparation, it takes practice. But if that's true for the earthly things, how much more so is it true for the eternal things? We would like to introduce you into another piece of our vision to pursue God for the benefit of others and being the church wherever it is that we do life. 1 Peter 3:15 says this, "But in your hearts revere or set apart Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect." Always be prepared. Always be prepared to give an answer. Always be prepared to share the hope that you have in Jesus. Preparation is important, and we want to prepare in what we are calling ready groups. Within these groups that will primarily meet on Sunday mornings when we're already all gathered, we're going to answer great questions, such as, what does it look like to be a completely committed follower of Jesus? How do I share my faith with others? And really, how do I study and read the Bible? These are great questions that we have to answer in order to prepare to go. We want everyone to come and be a part of these great opportunities to prepare to go. That's important not just in preparing in God's Word and developing skills to go, but also in developing relationships in a smaller room that we can't necessarily develop within a big room. If you haven't yet gotten involved with our Go groups, this is a great next step for you to develop relationships and to prepare to go. Now, if you are involved with one of our Go groups, this is a great time for you to come and to develop your skills, to learn a little bit more, to prepare yourself to go in your Go group and practice. You can also bring your entire Go group that you all learn alongside one another, and then you can implement that back into your neighborhood or wherever it is that you are going. New Hope Christian Church, where we are pursuing God for the benefit of others, being the church wherever it is that we do life. We have ready groups and we have Go groups, but we don't have any set groups. Are you ready to go? Here is a brief description of the ready groups that will begin June 5th. The first opportunity is a challenging study where we will ask the question, am I a fully committed follower of Jesus, or am I just a fan? To answer that question, we will be looking closely at the life of Christ and the interactions he had with those who at least expressed interest in following him. This gathering will be led by Devin Robertson in the main youth room. The second opportunity is an equipping session called Kinetic Faith. In it, we will attempt to identify areas in our spiritual walk that need some attention and then develop an action plan for growing in those identified areas over the next year. Don't settle for being spiritually stuck when God is calling us to a faith that is alive and growing. These sessions will be led by David Peterson in the upper youth room. Contact Devin or David if you have any questions. Again, these ready groups will begin June 5th during the 10:45 service. Let's get ready to go to pursue God for the benefit of others.